Hello, welcome to another modern stream. Today we're going to be trying out an interesting idea that I saw. I can't remember who I saw it from, but it was an elemental deck list that was playing Territorial Kavu in the 2-drop slot and a Season Powermancer in the 3-drop slot. And I thought it was a good idea because the deck lacks early plays. So that's definitely like a big thing to try to make up for. Usually what happens is we end up playing stuff like Utopia Sprawl, but I was very unimpressed by Utopia Sprawl in a variety of matchups, and honestly in most of the matchups in the current metagame I was very unimpressed by Sprawl. So because of that, we are just adding Territorial Kavu to the list, as well as Renan 6. And the interesting thing about Territorial Kavu is that it's a very big dude that doesn't care about Torpor, which is a card that a lot of people have started to figure out that it's very strong against the deck, obviously, and it really is. It really throws a wrench in the plan of all of our ETB trigger deck. So it is nice that it attacks from an angle that the deck doesn't really attack. Like this doesn't care about the graveyard like a Tarmogoyf does, and this doesn't care about an ETB or anything like that, like the rest of the deck does. So I thought that the idea was good, and I played against that deck list that I'm talking about right now, and I was actually kind of impressed by the Kavu from the other side. So we're gonna be trying it out. The rest of the deck is just like your good elementals, all of them. And I ended up cutting the Season Powermancer because I didn't really like the idea. Like, sure, you're paying 3 mana, but you have to discard real spells in order to get the tokens. And yeah, the tokens do trigger Recent Reef, like as you're getting elemental tokens. But if you're doing that, then you're discarding 2 good cards and drawing two new cards, and then drawing the Recent Reef. So it's only card advantage whenever you have a Recent Reef. And at that point, like, isn't it just better to just cast a Muldrifter, which is a card that I was very impressed by anyway. So I'm going with Muldrifters in that case. But yeah, the only good argument for Season Powermancer is that it is a red card to pitch to Fury. So that is definitely a thing that I'm keeping in mind. So whenever I find one of my Muldrifters, I am going to make sure that I keep that in mind. The thing is that another card that I'm bringing in place of the Season Power are Lightning Bolts, because I've been liking having access to early interactions. So these are still red cards. Finally, the last thing is from the original mana base. I added a Wooded Foothills because I wanted to have an 11th fetch land for the Renan 6s. And we are playing 2 Triumphs in this case. Savai Triumph, which gives us the black so we can make Territorial Kavu into a 5/5, and Rogin Triumph because it's the one that most lines up with our colors. The sideboard is very theoretical and experimentally has like a bunch of different nonsense. 3 copies of Rest in Peace, I think this card is just the nuts right now. Blossoming Calm specifically against Burn, though you can bring it against discard spells. I probably won't be doing that though. Fluster Storm against Combo, against like Cascade decks, whatever. Muldrifter, because Muldrifter. Alpine Moon against Tron, against any Saga deck. Teferi, 4th copy against all of the Cascade decks, against Control, etc. Wear Tear against the Hammers and the, any deck that wants to play Torpor Orb against us, and Engineered Explosives against most matchups in Modern. This card is just nuts right now. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you for round number 1. Alright. Sounds perfect, right? The perfect hand. You don't think Force of Vigor is stronger in this version? Excuse me. Stronger in this version with all the extra green in the deck from Ren and Kavu? I mean, yeah, I do think it's strong, but I don't think it's stronger than the other cards that I'm playing. Okay. Rabble? Oh, Bold You. Okay. So I'm just gonna get Savai Triumph here, right? We play this Kavu, my opponent can never kill it. Five. I guess they can trade 2 for 1 for it. I guess they want to trade 2 for 1 for it. Which is good for me, because my opponent goes down to 1 card. So let's make some white mana here. Okay. Oh, this is the Shamans deck. That's cute. That is probably game over. And we have to pay the green source there, so we have blue here, green here, white here, red here. We can cast Omnath next turn. And, I mean, we do have Solitude plus Ephemerate if we need it. So it seems very unlikely for us to lose this game. Have we ever seen wife? Hey, how's it going, Scott? All right. I mean, that's a shaman. That's like the nuts, right? I would need to beach Omnath, so I think it's better for me to just plus here. Blue, green, red. Play Omnath. Well, that's something I can pitch, and then I ephemerate, and I just kill everything. I think we still have a Hallowed Fountain, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check real quick. Yeah, we do. I guess I could also just play Mold Drifter and ephemerate the Mold Drifter. It's pretty tempting to do that. It's a little bit too tempting to do that. We did whiff though. It's fine. Discard that. Why not just cast the Solitude? I could have just cast the Solitude. I think the right play was to just pitch the Fairy and just ephemerate and do the thing that way. But this was cuter. I think that we're far ahead enough that we can't really lose, so... Target player, yeah. We're far ahead enough that we can't really lose, so it's just whatever. Oh. Well, never mind, man. We actually can lose here. Well, I guess I have to do this now. Huh. Okay. I think I just take it. They have 1 card in hand, so they can't have Land Bolt, so... Just gonna take it, draw 2, then I'm gonna Recent Reef, we're gonna gain a bunch of life. Rebound, ephemerate. Do that. Draw 2. 1, 2. I can make a bunch of mana, or I can... Or I can gain a bunch of life. If I find the land here, we can do both. Just nice. Rennie's not looking pretty good right now. Ren is not looking good at all. Funny how I wanted to make the cute play instead of making the correct play, even though I knew the correct play was the other one. And I'm kind of getting punished for it. But it's fine. It was worth it. It was worth it. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Totally worth it. Put that into play. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. So now we're going to be able to do both, I guess. Because we can make a bunch of mana. I'm trying to figure out, do I have another fetchable? I actually may not have another fetchable. No, we have Stomping Ground. Yeah, we have Stomping Ground, so it's fine. Oh, we have Steam Vents too, you're right. Yeah, so we're fine. This is good. Kill the Rage Forger. Another Solitude. In the business, we call that GG's. So now we're at a virtual 10. We're at a virtual 10. We have the fairies, so my opponent can't really interact with my stuff. Their best card is Rage Forger. They get back company, so they're trying to play the long game, but it's not gonna work out for them. This deck is kind of cute. I don't think it's good at all, but it's pretty cute. Like, it has some stuff going on. It's got some stuff going on, which is cool. They don't have good attacks. Guess my opponent disagrees. They also tapped poorly. My opponent may be new to Moto. They're just kind of making some weird pauses in weird spots. Opponent. Have I seen canister for color UR Imperial? Yeah, I think it's pretty sweet. It's the kind of gameplay that I enjoy. I think I'm not gonna fetch here because my opponent, like, if they have a bolt, they just have to use it here. Yeah, it's just they can never beat that result of Omnath. Okay, so they do have a lot of twos. They do have a lot of twos. Oh, that's right, we have Fury in our deck. How is our opponent supposed to ever beat us? Let's do that. Googling Kavu Elementals trying to fight Cyber Strat. Maybe that's it. Well, I think I'm keeping this one. Think Omnath ever does 200 push-ups to impress the elemental ladies, meanwhile human starts at 2? I mean, I don't think so. I am 100% sure of it. Sure. That doesn't matter. Is this a shaman? Oh, it's a wizard. Okay, so we can accrue more value from this Fury, so I'm just gonna chill here. They have Coco. Looks like they have company. Or maybe not. Or maybe they do. Scared of Lord. Lord doesn't really change anything, right? It turns both of these into 3/3s, but now I can use Fury to kill this and kill that one. Sweet. It's kind of annoying. Alright, sweet. So I'm just gonna Fury Peach Omnath, kill here and here. They did put another Rage Forger on top, however. These burning trees are gonna be rough. Wish I'd had found an Ephemerate there. Four, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They have another Flamekin? Okay, we can't beat the other Flamekin. It's kind of nuts. This seems fine though. My opponent never cast a collected company and did not find the absolute best possible card so far. Like they found the guy every single time, which is funny. Keep this. They found the what's another guy? Rage Forger. I'm actually realizing how bad Magus of the Moon is against us. Like it's just so bad. Like we are playing bolts, we're playing like a bunch of ways around it just naturally. Void Mirror. Sure. Better kill me quickly, opponent. Oh no, this is fine. Oh, that's a pretty good draw. I think I want to play Stram. Maybe I should have played Steam Vents there. Maybe I should have played Steam Vents there. Oh no, Magus of the Moon? Oh my god, how am I ever gonna beat this? How am I ever gonna beat this? Oh, like that. Oh, that's right, that's how. Sure. Sure. That's not card advantage. So it doesn't matter. But my opponent drew their sideboard card. But my opponent drew their sideboard card. How is it possible? How is it possible? My opponent drew their sideboard card. I don't think this card is very good against elementals. I actually don't think I've ever lost to this card playing elementals, like ever, literally ever. Trying to think whether it's worth it to Void Mirror this at this point, or whether I should just Explosives for 2. Void Mirror is pretty bad in general, but it takes a while to realize. It's not that it's bad. It's that you need to figure out what you're trying to do, right? This card is good against elementals if you're playing Hammer Time, you know? Like, if you're playing a deck that is going to kill me before I can just start hard casting my shit, because otherwise I will just start hard casting my shit, as we see right now. Exhibit A, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, right here is just better for me to just, like, we just swing and then I just kill the Harmonic Prodigy. Like, I don't even need to kill this. Like, this is not doing anything at all. So say no there, we go up to 28. Get this, I guess. Okay, my opponent's had enough. Oh yeah, this is just not very good. Like, you need to have a very good plan. Like, this is not a cyber card. This is not like, and I was gonna say Blood Moon against Strom, but that's still a bad example. Blood Moon against Amulet. Like, it's not that you just keep a turn 3 Blood Moon hand, and that's gonna buy you like 8 turns, maybe more sometimes. This is gonna buy you like not that much, because eventually, like, it just buys you 2 or 3 turns. Like, that's all that it does. So if you're not killing me in those 2 or 3 turns that you bought, then this card is just like a waste of virtual cardboard. And in this case, it was just time walk. Like this card was just great for me. My opponent just time walked themselves on turn 2 instead of playing a card or whatever. So yeah, it's just not very good. See you next round. All right, what do we got here? We can't cast this Teferi, but we can cast Prismatic Ending. So we have a little bit of early interaction. We're on the play. We have a Mold Drifter on 3. Okay. Yeah, you got it. If we find Ren, that's good for us. Inspire Advantage. We probably have to kill that, unfortunately. And then I'm going to play Foothill so I can fetch for a blue source, and I don't have to shock, and I can Teferi on 3 if I have to. We do have Omnath, which is the end game here. Teferi Time Raveler. One lander, huh? One lander, you say? Green, blue? I think we actually want to get a Rogin Triumph here. Yep. Elemental. White, blue, 1. Boop. So next turn we can Ephemerate Mold Drifter if we want to. We can also Ephemerate Solitude. I probably don't want an Omnath until I can set up Omnath plus immediately play a land. We're gonna attack the Def here, or are we gonna attack... We're going face. Yeah, I think we can actually afford to do this because we're going to resolve Omnath next turn. Also, my opponent did not kill the Teferi, so now they're going to be super stuck. If they go face, I just don't do anything. Forest, they're going face, so they can't kill me here, so... I think this game is just over, I think. Plus red, green, blue, white. GG's. Well, oddly enough, I can't fetch anything if I don't shock. But I can Mold Drifter plus Ephemerate, so let's just do that. Oh. Yep. Opponent not playing Lurrus. We finally get to test out Blossoming Calm, which is cool. We're gonna do something like this. Yeah, this looks good. Also, Territorial Kavu is probably the nuts in this matchup. Turn 2 Kavus seems extremely hard for them to come back from. We don't have Omnath. We have interaction though. We need a land. We're playing 24 lands. Which is also one of the things that I had to change from the original list that I took. The original list was playing 23. Just blows my mind, man. Also, my opponent just... J-Jop 810 with the Prime sub. Thank you so much for that, J-Jop. Really, really appreciate it. Well, this is great, right? Opponent suspends Rift Ball with the Fairy Plus. Deal. Deal. Second land was found. What are we gonna do with second land now? Eidolon. You got it. Joined for the Titans, stayed for the personality. Thank you, J-Job. I appreciate it. It means a lot. What are we doing here? Serum Blaze? Nah. They still deal the 3 damage, though. I wonder if they bolt my dude here. They do. Sweet. So my recent reef drew me a card. Drew me another card, I mean. That's cool. Well, I don't think I can afford to shock, so I'm just gonna pass. And we can bolt something. Sure. Oh. Well, hello there. Well, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do I even do anything here? Like, do I even kill this? I guess I do. I guess I do, it's fine. There's an argument that it's probably better for me to just, like, not play this, but, like, I have to start killing them eventually, right? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just, like, passing seems also fantastic for me. Sweet. Got there. 2-0 versus burn. Alright, what do we got here? This hand looks very good, right? So we get Savai Triumph, we get Breeding Pool. And then we have turn 2 Kavu, turn 3 Teferi. Seems pretty strong. We used to be able to win with Wetland and Opal in Affinity 5 years ago. Yeah, but like Opal is a land. I mean, you could cheat on lands in Affinity because you were playing Mox Opal. That's like saying, oh, I can't believe vintage decks play like only 11 lands. It's just like, yeah, but they're also playing like at least 5 Moxen. They're also playing some amount of like Black Lotus and like other fast mana. It's a different thing. But Opal looked cooler. Fair enough. No arguments here. Oh, speaking of Dredge. Wow. This man seems to know some stuff about drums. What do you mean? Incidental graveyard hate? Don't mind if I do. Oh, Springleaf drum. Fair enough. Incidental graveyard hate? Don't mind if I do. Up to 1 target card only. Damn it. I mean, we'll probably have to take this thing with Imp, right? They have 2 Oxen, so exiling one of them doesn't really make any sense. Attack. Exile card from graveyard. And now. What's the reason to do anything here? Probably Teferi? Teferi plus? Teferi minus? Because I doubt that my opponent is going to be able to get back Bloody G's, right? If they're playing them. They may not even playing Bloodghasts. I guess I kind of want to draw 2, actually. Because Teferi is the card that I can pitch to Solitude and then I can ephemerate it. Yes, yeah, let's actually do that. I think I'm just going to draw 2. Just divination here. A good thing I did, I guess. Got them in a crystal box with breaking case of unbanned. Love that. Gotta stay positive. So now they can't get Bloodghasts this turn. Reunion. Okay. So I probably have to exile the Conflagrate. Conflagrate. I never knew how to pronounce that card. So attack. Exile Conflag. I can't play Recent Reef, so I think I'll just play another Kavu here. Because I know they have a Dark Blast, so I can't just play the Recent Reef, which sucks, because I will really want to draw a land here. Oh, they're playing Ghouls. They're not playing Bloody G's. Which is probably better for me, actually. Opponent tried to play the long game. These guys don't really play the long game, though. There's Foundry, Brass, Crypt. We also know about Dark Blast. Let's play CD of Brass. Take 1. They have to play Ox here, right? And next turn we kind of go off. We can probably deck them this game, actually. We may be able to deck them. Man, shout out to Territorial Kavu. Shout out to Territorial Kavu doing work. Gonna draw 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's an imp. Imp. And I think loam. Yeah. Imp times 2 and loam. They have 3 cards left in the deck. Well, the game has ended. Got so many triggers. Solitude pitch. That one. Ephemerate. That one too. Ephemerate. Link. Did they talk about that one? Because that one's gone too. That one is also gone. They did mill the other conflag, so that's gone. And I guess I want to eat. They literally cannot. Like, the Oxen don't do anything because they have 3 cards left in their library, so. We can't pitch the Fury, which is unfortunate, honestly. Solid card from a graveyard, and how do I get cheesed? I don't really, right? Discard the card. So many ephemerates, so little time. So many ephemerates, so little time. Opponent is at 27. Yeah, let's just chill here. They can't dredge anymore. We do have to watch out for a potential. We do have to watch out for a potential hardcast chill, which may be able to kill us. Dredge gamers still do exist. Yeah, they're persevering. Persevere and you shall triumph is a saying in Spanish. Opponent is taking it to heart. Don't know how I feel about the second part, but the first part checks out. You're definitely persevering. I think I have to kill the flyers because I need to make sure that I stay at 6. Yeah, my opponent definitely has 2 chills in hand. Sting with Imp. Well, that's gonna die. I think we do this now, actually. Exile this, exile both of these. And now this turn I can finally cast this Risen Reef. Ephemerate there. That's gone. Now Ephemerate again. Oh, no, that is gone. Oh, I wanted to kill the other one. Whoops. Play this. Oh, I can't play this thing. I don't have the proper mana. Whoops. I was gonna draw 2, probably. Because exiling their stuff doesn't matter anymore. Alright, bring these bad boys in there. Cut these. Should I bring this thing? Feels like Fluster may be better. Yeah, this is just for conflag. And I mean, the main reason for this is the rest of my cards are not good, right? I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. The rest of my cards are all bad, so... Yeah, this is a lot better for sure. But my question is are any of these cards better than this? And I have not played with this card before, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. I haven't played with this card just yet, so this card may just suck altogether. I just don't know. I'm trying it out. I saw it in one of the deck lists, and I'm giving it a shot because of that, but... The thing is, Ren... like, we're bringing in a bunch of resting pieces. Maybe okay. Perfect hand. The perfect hand. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. It's not a turn 1 Thoughtseize. I think they're playing 61 cards, which is pretty funny. They're hitting me with the 61 card special. Just got a Thug. It's pretty unimpressive. I got this one. What do you got? Can they beat Rip? I don't know. We're gonna find out soon enough, probably. Nope, they can't. I hope that answers your question. All right, we learned that they cannot beat Rest in Peace. What are we doing with this hand? I kind of want to keep it, if I'm being honest. Let's keep it. Fuck it. Misty Rainforest. Mishra's Bubble. Okay. No idea what this could be. Yeah, we can loot. That's why I'm keeping. Oh, that's what this is. Of course. That's what this is. We're gonna have to kill this thing now. And then I can get Breeding Pool and turn the Kavu into a 4/4. That is not great. I guess this can also get counterspelled here. They can just kill this with an Holy Heat. Yep. Murktide. Yeah. Gonna be taking a lot of damage from this Murktide, and am I just dead to it? Recent Reef. Oh, the fairy! The fairy would be sick. It's not the fairy though. Have come from Spider Stream to ask the Master of Titania a simple question. Would you ever register a copy of Quicksand in a modern deck? No. It's probably pretty solid against Monkey, to be honest with you. It's probably alright against Monkey for what's worth. But I probably won't. Alright. That sure adds up. That sure adds up. Alright, Fairy we like. Rest in Peace we like. At least 2 copies. Mold Drifter we like. I can ship a couple of Furies. I don't think I'm bringing in explosives. This is close. Because Ren is kind of sick against them. Maybe just we can cut 1 Ephemerate, 1 Reef. Reef is nuts though. Let's do something like this. I don't think the Territorial Kavu is probably very good against them. Gotta ship this. I think that one was very close between shipping that and the Omnath. There's even an argument for the prismatic ending, but I don't think I want to ship ending there. We still don't know whether my opponent's playing Blood Moon or not, so I'm just not gonna fetch here. They're probably gonna have to counter that, right? We would have gotten owned by seriously by a Blood Moon. Jesus, man. My opponent just like showing off. They're like, yeah, I'm hitting my land drops. I got him. I got my land drops. Don't worry about me. You're missing land drops? Well, I got him. I can just literally throw my lands in the garbage and I'm gonna be fine. I mean, it's a castable spell, I guess. It's gonna just die to a fucking unholy heat, but draw 2. My opponent probably doesn't even know that I'm playing that I'm playing elementals yet. This matchup is probably so good for us too. This matchup is probably so good for us. Unfortunately, I have to do this right now because this is sorcery speed. This blue deck's still very strong. It's fine. It's just a good deck. Are they discarding to hand size? There's no way. No, they're not. I would love to draw something so I can cast this Somnath, and then I need a land. Shit. And they know about it. I think it's still more important for me to resolve Solitude than this guy. Oh, interesting. They have Pierce? No Pierce. Wow, okay. Alright, we're in it. We are in it. DRC, sweet. Very good for us. Please play the Murktide now. Oh man. Cavern of Souls. This actually works out so well for me. Nice dress down. And now I have both Solitudes. So my opponent, if they want to play the Murktide, they're going to need to either time walk themselves or just pass the turn twice. Or I guess have 2 removal spells for both of my threats. Green, blue, white, red. Do 10 turns. 10 turns until we found land number 4. Pretty devastating. Honestly, I should have probably solituded right there. Because now I'm playing into counter magic. Yeah, I should probably just solitude right there, particularly after I drew the second ending. Damn, son. Damn, son. Maybe if we can find a fetch land or another ephemerate, we can be in this. We were just too far behind for way too long, I think. It's gonna be really hard to be able to keep up. If this is not actually just lethal, I think it's not. Second Murktide. It's not. So we go down to 3. And they play the land for a turn already. But this is a 5/5/2. So we need to draw exactly Ephemerate now. I guess Fetch Land still does it. Fetch Land or Ephemerate. Please. Oh man. Sometimes you're just not supposed to win a match, you know? Alright, see you next round. Alright, playing against Lurrus, and this hand is pretty nutty, so let's do it. This hand is just absurd, actually. Get to look at the top card. Oh no. What is this? Sigarda's Aid. They have a Thopter. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna ending this thing. Play fetch, say go. So they can't have breeding pool. And I think that we're going with, so they can't kill me. Oh, come on, again I fucked this up. I'm gonna need to rework the mana base because I've been getting got not being able to cast Recent Reef. Couple too many times at this point. I mean, I could have just fixed this, right? Let's pause that. I could have prevented this. I honestly just brain farted. Sure. Now they can kill the Tef. Maybe we should have bounced this. Blue, green. We really have to get this engine going quickly. Okay. We can ending something. Do we want to ending something? Probably not. I have no idea what my opponent's doing here. Never see anyone. Yeah, people don't like to use good arts. My opponent says, "Did you see that? Amazing." I'm just like, wait, what? What's going on? I played Hammer instead of Sigardas, says the. All right. I guess they have Sigardas Satan instead of the Hammer. Whoops. That wasn't lethal anyway, but like it would have been pretty good. Like I would have taken a big chunk. No, actually that would have been lethal. Yeah, we're just gonna play Omnath here. Green, blue, red, white. We want to draw the card from Omnath first, because if we find a fetch land, then if the recent reef reveals a fetch, we don't want to put it in hand. But if they do, then well, actually, I have Steam Vents in hand, so I can put the Flood Strand into play and then play Steam Vents and make 4 mana. Yeah, that's actually better. Now we play this. Say yes, I think. Say yes. Gonna reef, leaving white floating. Solitude is probably game. And we're gonna prismatic ending. I think we're just prismatic ending the cranial plating, right? Now this solitude, this card advantage. I would imagine we're good to go here. Because this Solitude just covers everything that my opponent can pull off. Pure Steel, Stoneforge. Okay. Can't block, won't block. Choose your fighter. Choose your fighter. I mean, we could just take 10 here. I think I'm gonna do that. We just take 10 and then we can use this prismatic ending. Or that's even better. Sure. So Ren plus on a fetch. Play fetch. Fetch for planes. um 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're good here. System at the new best, gotta make food, no time to stay. Wow, just like that stuffs. Brutal. I don't know. I think it's a good, it's an interesting concept. I'm gonna kill baby Tef. Seems perfectly fine. Feels bad opponent misclicked. I think that we were not dead. I'm honestly not sure. I can't remember the exact math, but I think that we would have been fine anyway. It is kind of weird though, that's for sure. Like, it's not ideal. That's an Ephemerate, and that's a Fury. Kill the flyers. Yeah, this I feel like we've been in garbage time for a minute now. This matchup is pretty good for us anyway. We don't have that many answers to Torpor, so maybe if they go turn to Torpor, we could be in trouble, but... This looks good, though. I wonder if I'd rather have a second Mole Drifter over the third Teferi. That's the only switch I'm considering. Let's see what's up. Let's see what is up. We have a visitor today, actually. This never happens, but my cat is chilling over there. Can you see him? He's not feeling well. He's not feeling well. He is not feeling well, but we're trying to hang out with him. He's hanging out with us too, I guess. Yeah, let's ship this hand. I think we probably will have to revisit this mana base. Like I'm gonna keep this hand, but it's a little bit on the sketchy side of things. I think we ship the Teferi. Teferi is kind of my answer to... Teferi is my answer to Torpor, however. No, it has to be Teferi. He's old. He's just an old cat. So he has, you know, the problems that old cats do. It's a Memnite. Well, that's something to pitch to the Fury, so it's not the end of the world. What I would love to see, however, just open the door for him. He just came down from the bed. He's not leaving though, so I don't know what's up. I think we're just gonna pass here. Wear care. Can I get any more value from this Fury, or should I just take my 2 for 2 and move on? I probably just have to take my 2 for 2, right? The problem is if my opponent has... Actually, I think I have to pass, because if my opponent has Pure Steel Paladin, I will have no answer to it. Pretty brutal not hitting the land drop there. I really need to hit a land drop there. Really need to hit a land drop there. What's the asset? Stranger danger, so he feels safe next to you. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what we assume that's going on. Sigarda's Aid. So I think we're getting Sacred Foundry and Dreampool. Or I can get Stomping Ground, actually. Oh, I can't get Stomping Ground. Never mind, this is a Flooded Strand. Just get Temple Garden. And I think we're just gonna Fury, Peach Omnath. And I'm gonna deal... Good thing I held on to this Fury. Good thing I held on to this Fury. Because this is gonna be a sicko blowout with the Wear Tear. So that comes down, that's fine. Unless they have a second Colossus Hammer, this should be very good for me. Looks like they don't have a second Colossus Hammer. Fuse. Blow that up, blow that up. Whee! Fury, Fury, Fury. We're dead to land into another hammer into Ink Moth activation, but I don't think my opponent has that, because if they had another hammer, we would have gotten hammered last turn, so... This is interesting. Do I want to go Recently for the... I think I just want to play Omnath. Blue, green, red, white. Easy clap. All right, so initial thoughts. This guy is not bad, but it does feel a little bit. What's the word I'm looking for? High variance, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. Though that may be the wrong word to use. What I'm trying to say is, like, it just has matchups where it's just irrelevant, right? We just played it against Murktide, right? And it just died to an Unholy Heat, giving me no value. The reason why this deck is so good against Unholy Heat is precisely because, like, even if they kill your stuff, you at least draw a card from it. So the Kavu is kind of weird in that it doesn't do that. Like, it's just like a big beater. I did like the fact that it was just like randomly useful against a deck like Dredge, and just like filtering your draws. It's pretty nice. Just play Tarmogoyf. No, this is better than Tarmogoyf. The mana base did seem a little bit shaky. It's possible that we cannot afford to play basic islands and basic plains. And this is already a mana base where I already added a land to the original mana base. Like, the original mana base didn't even play these Wooded Foothills. So the original mana base was even tougher to pull off the turn 2 Territorial Kavu or turn 2 Renin 6. Windswept Heat is my best fetch land. I think maybe Misty Rainforest is better than Flooded Strand. But not by a lot, really, because the awkward thing with Misty is that it doesn't get Savai Triumph. So if you want to go turn 1 Savai Triumph, which is a pretty common play pattern, then that makes things awkward. Another thing that happened is we could not cast Recent Reef in a couple of situations. And sure, like, this is, of course, me being inexperienced with the deck and just, like, not fetching properly. But I wonder if that means that I should that I should like change anything in some way, or whether that's something that is just like, okay, like whatever, like you just try to fix it. Because like the Savai Triumph was kind of awkward sometimes. I understand why we're playing it, but I wonder if we should be playing something like the other Triumph, the ah Indata Triumph, the Indata Triumph, because the Indata Triumph actually allows me to cast half of the Fairy, allows me to cast half of Territorial Kavu, allows me to cast half of Recent Reef. So it should make my mana a lot smoother. No, it feels like 20, 25, 24 is an okay number. 25 maybe a little bit too many. It's probably, it's possible that it's okay. Yeah, I think that just it's better for me to play Indata Triumph, which is the Absent one, instead of Savai. So now we can go turn 1 Indata, then turn 2 Steam Vents. And if we do that, we can cast Kavu, we can cast Renan 6, we can cast Recent Reef, we can cast the Fairy. Yeah, it just seems like it works better. Triumph into Steam Vents, and we have a 5/5 Kavu. The only issue now is that Windswept Heath, which is our best fetch land, does not find Steam Vents. All of these find Indata Triumph, which is good. So now we have another red source, because we have to, you know, kind of make up for the lost one there. We have 3 red sources, like 3 actual, I guess it's 4 because of the Triumph, so it's fine. 4 seems good. And then that means that we have 15 red. 11 plus 4, 15 red sources. Yeah, that's not the worst. That's not the worst. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, sweet. Thank you so much for watching. That's gonna be it for this league. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a good time playing this deck. It felt pretty solid. Felt pretty solid. The sideboard seems a little bit like it could use some work, but this is what we're gonna be doing for sure. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.